Hi, my name is Cheryl Devenny and I'm the new Student Orientation Coordinator at UAA. I'm here to talk to you about what happens when you're a leader and your plate is too full. Maybe you have leadership positions in your organization. You've got a job you need to take care of. You have family responsibilities. These dogs don't take care of themselves. What do you do when you've got so many responsibilities that you're juggling and someone still needs more from you? Well, today we're going to talk about what it means as a leader to say no. If you've been following the series the last few weeks, you've learned a lot about what a leader is, how do you evolve as a leader, how to use technology to help support you in those leadership roles. Most recently, we learned about what does it look and feel like when you have stress from being a leader. Well, today we're going to take that a step further and what happens when you have that stress and someone's asking for more. Quite simply, you do say no, but I recognize that it's not that easy. I know. Saying no is not that easy, especially when we're constantly preaching, it's business, it's not personal. I'm here to take a step back and acknowledge the fact that it is completely personal, right? These are close relationships that you have with your members in your organization, coworkers you work with all the time, peers, family, friends. It's all personal. But that doesn't mean you can't say no to them. What I want you to recognize is that when someone is asking you to do something, they're actually asking you to do the task. So when you say no, you are saying no to the task, not the person. Repeat that again for the people in the back. You are saying no to the task, not the person. That's really important for you to understand. You can feel those emotions of disappointment. Everyone wants to satisfy the other person, and I understand that. But it is okay to say no. So maybe you found yourself in a situation where you have to say no. How do you do it? Well, you've got a few options. So one, you can just tell someone you can't do it. That's okay. You actually don't need to justify your time. We oftentimes feel like we have to. But remember, just like they reserve the right to ask you, you also reserve the right to say no. But with that, I'd like to recognize that oftentimes as a leader, we need buy-in from other people around us. In order to maintain that buy-in, what I would recommend is having open communication lines. So in order to do this, you can explain why you're not able to take on more responsibility. Explain what you have going on right now. Help them understand what your thought process is. Ultimately, while you're saying no, you also still want to maintain those relationships. Another important part is to know where your resources are. Know who's on your team, who's got the strengths. Figure out how you can pass some of that work along. Delegate. The important thing to remember as a good leader, though, is if you're going to delegate, make sure people have the support that they need. The last thing you want is for them to feel overwhelmed, you to feel overwhelmed. You're gonna have a really unhealthy team. So make sure that you always have that support if you're gonna pass something off. And as we talk about teams, remember, leadership is not done alone. Look at some of the greatest leaders in our history. You've got Martin Luther King, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Michael Jordan. Heck, even the Avengers didn't do it alone. Always remember there was a team of people in a community that was helping them achieve the things that they were able to achieve. So remember that that team is there for you to lean on them. And the last thing I'm going to say to you is remember, you're doing really good work. It is hard to be a leader. In order to continue to do that good work and create those lasting impacts, whether that's at UAA, in the community, in the nation, you have to have a leadership balance. This is so important. That is ultimately going to be the difference between someone who knows how to take on responsibility and someone like you who's a great leader.